What's going on, guys? SOA Outlaw here, and I'm here to bring you my WWE Elimination Chamber preview and prediction show. We're only a couple hours away from the pay-per-view, and I'm here to bring you my take and my predictions on the matches that are scheduled to take place on the show. So let's get to it. There's only 4 matches scheduled, but WWE is likely to add some filler in between matches, like they always do. But I'll start off with the Divas title match between Beth Phoenix and Tamina Snuka. I think this will be a really good match if WWE gives these two very talented women enough time and to put on a good match. And I'm glad Tamina Snuka is finally getting this opportunity. She's very talented, and she's a lot better than the majority of the women that are in the Divas division. So I'm glad that Tamina's finally getting a chance to shine on a pay-per-view in a Divas Championship match. But I don't foresee her winning. I really don't. I think WWE wants to keep the title on Beth Phoenix heading into WrestleMania, and she'll probably face Karma or Natalya. So I see Beth Phoenix retaining the Divas Championship here. The next match here is John Cena versus Kane in an ambulance match, and I think the match here it'll be okay, but it won't be that great. Kind of like the Royal Rumble match. It'll just be all over the place. It'll be a brawl. They'll go backstage. They'll hit each other with weapons and whatnot. And I think we might see Zack Ryder screw John Cena here. I really think we might see that, because of the angle they did this past Monday where Eve kissed John Cena, and Zack Ryder's mad about that, and Zack would want revenge. But then again, Kane threw him off the stage when he was in his wheelchair. So Zack Ryder may or not be involved in the match. I think Eve will be involved in the match somehow. I think Kane might try to do something to seriously injure Cena, but then she'll come out and try to stop him, and then Kane's either gonna do something to Eve or that's what I think will happen. As far as the winner, I'm going with Kane on this one. I'm going with Kane because, I mean, it's based on what he said this past Monday, He said that John Cena has finally embraced the hate, and that John Cena's soul and everything he represents now, which is hustle, loyalty, respect, rise above hate, will leave the WWE in an ambulance. And I think we might see that. I think Cena will lose, and then he'll come back on Raw a different person. He'll be a lot more aggressive John Cena. His attitude and demeanor will change, and I think we'll see a new side of John Cena. So that's what I think will happen. But I mean, I might be wrong here, but that's what I think is going to happen. And that brings us to the World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber match. Daniel Bryan defends against The Big Show, Wade Barrett, the Intercontinental Champion Cody Rhodes, the Great Khali, and Santino Marella, who is replacing Randy Orton. And Orton's out with an injury, and I think it's a concussion. But yeah, these are the participants, and I'm not looking forward to this match based off the fact that Khali and Santino are in it. I think neither one of those two should be in it. It should have been Drew McIntyre and maybe Ezekiel Jackson, but Khali and Santino? Are you kidding me? What the fuck? But it's whatever, though. We're gonna see some comedy from Santino. He's gonna do the invisible blowjob like he always does when he's out there, and Khali is gonna be boring as usual, and he's gonna have this little period of domination and probably botch a couple times, but But hopefully those two are the first two eliminated from the match. I think Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes will be the standouts of the match. I think they'll put on the memorable performances, and I think the final two participants will be Daniel Bryan and Big Show. And somehow, in some way, Daniel Bryan will retain the World Heavyweight Championship by the skin of his teeth. But that's what I think will happen, and then that's going to blow off the whole Daniel Bryan Big Show feud, and hopefully it will set up Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus at WrestleMania that I think everyone's anticipating. And then that brings us to the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match. CM Punk defends against Chris Jericho, Kofi Kingston, The Miz, and R-Truth. Oh yeah, and Dolph Ziggler. I forgot about Ziggler. But I think that this will be the best out of the two chamber matches. I think Kofi Kingston is going to stand out. You know, he's going to do all the crazy spots and whatnot. He's going to do all the he's basically going to be the John Morrison of the chamber match. He's going to have that same role that Morrison had last year in last year's Elimination Chamber match on the Raw show. So yeah, I think Kofi's going to do some crazy things in the chamber, and I think that the performances of Chris Jericho, CM Punk, and Dolph Ziggler will stand out here. R-Truth will have some flashy moves here and there, but the main thing here is that Chris Jericho will be entering the chamber last, which gives him a big advantage in the match. And I think the final two participants in the chamber will be CM Punk and Chris Jericho. Who I think is going to win the match? Chris Jericho will become the new WWE champion. Now, I know some of you aren't going to like that. You know, those CM Punk fans out there aren't going to like that. But here's the thing. I think if Punk, you know, pinned Jericho and just beat him in the chamber, I think Jericho would lose some momentum. He would lose a lot of steam. He wouldn't look strong, and you know, and I mean, obviously these two are going to face each other at WrestleMania. So I think what's going to happen is that Jericho will beat Punk, become the new WWE champion, and then him and CM Punk will have their rematch for the title at WrestleMania. That's what I think they're going to do. But I mean, yeah, it would be better if CM Punk keeps the championship past the chamber, and then at WrestleMania, Punk will defend the title against Jericho. But I think the most logical thing to do at this point in time is for Chris Jericho to win the WWE Championship. However, you know, Jericho could troll us at the last minute and say he's not going to compete. But you know, we'll have to see what happens there, but yeah, that's what I think is going to go down. But that's my predictions for the Chamber pay-per-view. Hope you guys enjoy it. I will be coming back on here after the pay-per-view to do a review of the Elimination Chamber. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Subscribe to this channel. Go subscribe to my main channel, which is SOA Outlaw. And follow me on Twitter, and bye-bye.